Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge Fate Stay Night Remastered. Ich habe ein bisschen jetzt die Audio angepasst. Das heißt, weil ich fand jetzt beispielsweise im Nachhinein, muss ich sagen, in der letzten und vorletzten Folge Sakura ziemlich leise von dem, was sie sprachlich gesagt hat. Deshalb habe ich da mal ein bisschen die Stimmen hochgedreht. So, and so another day of classes ends. There are many types of students. Some immerse themselves in club activities, some hurry home, and some hang out in the classroom after class for no particular reason. I don't really fit in any of those categories.
すまない。ちょっといいか、エミヤ。今朝の続きなんだが、今日は時間あるか。
Well, it's not like I don't have any plans. It's not as if I don't do anything at all. The biggest reason I quit the Kyoto club in the first place was that I wanted to prioritize my part-time job. It's been 5 years since I started part-time jobs to earn money for living expenses on my own after my old man died. And when you do so many different jobs, there are some requests you just can't say no to. Today is one of them. I was asked to help restock some product for a bar, since they wanted as many strong helping hands as they could get. Though I'm sure I don't have to go help. The bar is likely asking everyone as an excuse to gather some folks and hang out afterwards. There are two options. I should. Ich speichere mal. Also, hier gibt es dieses netten Flowchart. Ich weiß schon, was ich machen muss, weil ich halt die Originalstory schon kenne. Daher weiß ich, was ich hier machen muss. The stuff from this morning is unfinished. So I should at least finish what I started. Change of plans. You want me to finish what we started in the morning, right? Leave it to me. I will finish all repairs before exam starts.
助かる。それでは美術部の患者を見に行くとするか。
So think, but make sure there's nobody around. I can't concentrate when there's people around.
無論だ。他の連中に邪魔はさせぬ。
Keeping up with Issei's brisk pace, I follow him out of the classroom. The sun has long since set by the time we step outside the building. The school gate is already closed. It's 7 o'clock, way past the time they close the gates. But thanks to Issei's help, the two of us avoided trouble.
いや、今日は助かった。必ずこの礼はするから。何かあったら遠慮なく言ってくれ。
Sure, I don't think anything will come up though. I didn't help him because I wanted something in return, and I don't think I would ask Issei for anything impossible.
まったく。人が良いのも考えものだな。エミヤがいてくれると助かるが、他の連中にいいように使われるのは我慢ならん。人助けはいいことだが、もう少し相手を選ぶべきではないか。エミヤの場合、来る人拒まずすぎる。
Das ist nicht so ganz falsch. Du think so? Am I really that much of a pushover?
これでは心ないバカどもがいいように利用しようというものだ。エミヤも忙しい身なのだから、たまには他人の頼みなど断ってもよかろう。
I honestly can't tell, but I think Issei is concerned for me. Ever since middle school, I've always been told how helpful I am, since I never decline requests or ask anything in return. I guess Issei thinks that's unhealthy. Hat auch nicht ganz unrecht. But I'm only doing this because I want to, and I decline any request I feel are impossible. So there's no issue. You really don't need to worry about this. I know myself and my limits. Besides, helping people is a good thing. And not the sort of thing the son of a temple should be telling anyone not to do.
しかしな、エミヤのは度が過ぎるというか、このまま行くと潰れるというか。
Er hat so sein, ich nenne es jetzt mal Helferinstinkt, ist sehr stark ausgeprägt. Zu stark eigentlich ausgeprägt. I will keep your warning in mind. See you tomorrow at school.
それではまた明日。
Oops. Issa leaves, looking dissatisfied. Issa lives in the Yoden temple, located on top of a mountain, which means he and I have to go our separate ways. I walk through the still darkened town. It's about 7:30. There should still be people out and about at this hour, but there are no signs of anyone around. Alright, there was a crime committed in Myanmar the other day. A burglar murdered someone, I think. It must be why there's no one around and why the school curfew has been set to 6 o'clock. Gas leaks and burglars, huh? Seems like it is getting dangerous around here. No wonder people are avoiding walking around at night. It's probably not safe to let Sakura go home on her own anymore. Fujine might be fine, but Sakura's house is in the residential area, on the other side of town. Guess I should walk her home, starting to... Huh? I can't quite believe what I'm seeing. I must be wrong. I sense a presence up the hill path. On the uphill path. I was sure was empty. Whoever it is, they're standing still and look to be peering down at me. Oh. Oh. Pat pat. I unconsciously hold my breath. A girl with silvery hair smiles and walks down the path without making a sound. And as she passes by... Fun fact, sie ist älter als er. What she says makes no sense. I climb up the hill and reach my house. The lights are already on, which means Sakura and Fujine are home. The moment I step into the living room, I smell the delicious aroma of dinner. Sakura and Fujine are both eating at the table. Tonight's meal is chicken stewed in cream sauce, and it's put Fujine in an especially good mood. Thanks, and sorry for being late. I should have come home earlier. Okay, thanks. I'll go wash up, so keep an eye on Fujine to make sure she doesn't eat my portion. Wie war das? Wife material? I got to my room. It's a sparse room compared to the storehouse, but it is still decorated enough considering I don't have any particular hobbies. Though most of them are random things Fujine just left here. After I washed my hands and changed, I head back to see my food on the table. Thank you for the meal. Itadakimasu. No. Sakura is humble as ever. Sakura's cooking skills have vastly improved over the past year. My cooking is no match for her Western foods. My Japanese dishes might be a little better. Neither of us is any good at making Chinese dishes. I'm glad to know she's improving, but it's also a little depressing when the pupil surpasses the master. It really is delicious. The longer you cook chicken, the tougher the meat gets, which is why you need to take the extra step of grilling the chicken into a crisp to seal in its juices and flavor. This requires exceptional skill, and it's something the clumsy Fujine would never be able to manage. That is. Oh, pat. No complaints here. The cream sauce is perfect. My cooking can't hold a candle to your Western dishes. Oh, wie stolz ist. War ja klar, Fuji. Fujine, who has been concentrating on her meal until now, pipes up. Ugh. She looked to be in good spirits thanks to Sakura's meal, but the moment she sees my face, her mood turns sour.
それはそれでいいことだけど、こんな時ぐらいは早く帰ってきなさい。最近物騒だぞってホームルームで言ったじゃない。あれ、シローに対して言ったんだからね。
You really don't need to make a homeroom announcement for something you can just tell me at home.
ここで言っても聞かないもの。学校でガツンと言った方がシローには効果的なんだもん。先生、それは職権乱用というか、公私混同だと思います。
Oh, wie Smack sie schaut, ist so geil.
それぐらいしないとシローはダメなのよ。いつも人の手伝いばっかりして損してるからさ。たまにはまっすぐ帰ってきてのんびりしててもいいじゃない、バカチン。
Huh? Who are you calling an idiot? What's wrong with helping people? I'm not losing out on anything as long as someone benefits from my help.
キリツグさんに似たのかな。シローがそんなんじゃお姉ちゃん心配だよ。
Seeing Fujini eating so heartily makes me wonder what exactly she's worried about.
内村先生、今の話からすると先輩って昔からそうなんですか？
Oh, sie möchte was über seine Vergangenheit wissen.
昔からそうなの。なんか困ってる人がいたら自分から手を出しちゃうタイプ。けどおせっかいってわけじゃなくて、シローはね、単におませさんなのだ。
Fujini grins menacingly. Fujini, I'm going to get mad if you say anything you shouldn't. And you shouldn't ask such silly questions, Sakura. I glare at the two. Fujini clicks her tongue in disapproval, but... Oh, die Tasse, die Tiger-Tasse. Sakura presses on like an attentive student.
じゃあ話しちゃおう。これがね、シローは困った人を放っておけない性格なのよ。弱きを助け強きをくじくってやつ。子供の頃の作文なんてね、僕の夢は正義の味方になることですだったんだから。
A hero of justice. Der Blick von Sakura. Quite bringing up the past, Fujini. I can't really jump in though, because it is true. Besides, becoming a hero of justice is still my goal.
すごい子供だったんですね、先輩。
Ja.
すごかったよ。年上の男の子にいじめられてる女の子がいたら助けに入ってくれたし、キリツグさんが武将だったから家事だって一生懸命こなしてたし。
Okay, let's get to a little girl from getting bullied by a boy twice her age. Ich bin gerade am Überlegen, ob damit sie gemeint ist oder ob damit andere Personen gemeint sind.
あの頃は可愛くて純真だったのに、それがどうしてこんなひねくれた子になっちゃったんだろうな。
Toll, Fuji. That's on you, Fujini. That's what happens with children when they have bad role models. And if you want to say something to that, try making an entire meal all on your own. Tiger. Fujini is shocked. I thought she would just lower her head and repent, but...
お姉ちゃんは悲しいよ。さくらちゃん、おかわり。
She rolls out her eyes by asking for a third helping of dinner. Oh. We relax after dinner and it's almost 9 o'clock. Well, what should I do? There's still some time before my evening training. I guess I will... Admiralgers Interesse Flowchart. Das gibt sogar 3 Möglichkeiten da jetzt. 4. Ich bringe natürlich Sakura nach Hause, was denn auch sonst. I haven't thanked Sakura for cooking dinner yet, so I should talk to Sakura. It's getting late, so I should walk her home. Sakura just finished cleaning up and she's in the living room getting ready to go home.
あれ、先輩、お風呂に入ってたんじゃないんですか？
Wolltest du mit rein? I will take my bath later after I walk you home.
送るって私をですか？
Yeah, it has been dangerous at night lately, so I will walk you home. Your house is a pretty long walk, so let me at least do this since you got out of your way to come here. Sakura purses her lips awkwardly. Did I say something wrong?
ごめんなさい。気持ちは嬉しいんですけど、先輩は休んでいてください。家までだったら慣れてますし、一人でも大丈夫ですから。
Oh, maybe so, but it really hasn't been safe recently. I walked you home at night for a while.
でも、その兄さんに見つかると、先輩にまで迷惑がかかります。
Ah. I forgot. Sakura's older brother Shinji doesn't really like Sakura coming over to my place. He can't say much because Sakura says she goes to Fujine's house, but me taking her home might cause problems. I don't care if Shinji accuses me of something I didn't actually do, but I don't want him taking it out on Sakura. But it wouldn't be a problem if I only walked your halfway, right? There's no way we will see Shinji at the intersection. Sakura is uncomfortably silent. Knowing Sakura, she probably couldn't even lie about the fact that I walked her home. Hey, then how about...
私が送っていこっか?
An English teacher wearing tiger stripes suddenly pokes her head through the door. That really doesn't fix anything. My concern is that a girl's walking alone at night, so adding another girl would be... Wait a minute. Calling Fujine girl may be a bit of a misnomer. There's a reason Fujine is the teacher in charge of the Kyoto Club. She was trained by old man Fujimura in Kendo, and her 5th rank designation makes her deadly, literally and figuratively. I guess it wouldn't be a problem if you went Fujine. I bet you could beat the crap out of any perverts who might try to strike.
できるよ。だからさくらちゃんを送っていくのも問題なし。それでいい？さくらちゃん。はい。藤村先生がよろしいのでしたら。決まりだね。それじゃあ行こっか。私も今日はそろそろ帰ろうかなって思ってたんだ。
Fujine takes Sakura's hand and starts to leave. Oh, hold on a minute, Sakura.
何ですか、先輩。
Dinner was good, thank you. Oh, wishes.
はい。ご迷惑でなかったら次も頑張りますね、先輩。
Sakura beams and leaves the living room. I can tell my cheeks are burning red. Honestly, Sakura takes me by surprise a lot lately. It's perplexing. Time sure flies. Not so long ago, she was just my friend's little sister. Now I find sometimes I can't quite look away from her. I'm so pathetic. I've always thought of Sakura as being like family, but I can't seem to readily accept this change. And that is how my day ends. Just before midnight, Shiro Emiya must perform the daily routine of utilizing Maidcraft. I cross my legs, take my position and regulate my breathing. I try to empty my mind. I ignore everything around me and turn my focus inward. Trace on. I mutter the familiar incantation as if putting myself in a spell. No, this is kind of hypnosis. With no magic quest and no magical knowledge, the incantation I mutter is really just a way to focus myself and change my body. Typically, humans do not have any lines which allows magical energy to pass through their body. To temporarily change my body to create a pseudo version of the lines, I need enough concentration to unify my entire physical and nervous system. Magecraft is a battle with yourself. For example, I insert a burning steel rod into my backbone. The steel rod itself is the one and only magic circuit I can prepare for myself. By passing this deep within my body and connecting it to my other nerves, I can finally be a mage. This is not a metaphor, and if you look closely, a series of metal rods which cannot normally be seen or touched pierce my backbone. Keiitsugu Emiya was a mage. He was a true mage who disciplined himself in a wide variety of mystics, plumbed the deeper secrets of the world and its working, and even performed miracles. And as a young child I admired Kiritsugo and begged him to teach me magecraft. But you can't just become a mage. You have to be born with talent and inherit a tremendous amount of knowledge. I obviously never had that inborn talent, and Kiritsugo never imparted any knowledge about magecraft to me. I was told it wasn't necessary for me, something like that. I still don't understand what he meant by that, but it didn't matter to me as a child. I always thought learning magecraft would bring me that much closer to being like Kiritsugo. I was blessed neither with talent that is an abundance of magic circuits within me, nor was generation of magecraft knowledge handed down to me. The magecraft Kiritsugo possessed, the magic crest passed down from the Emiya family, can only be passed on to a blood relative. A magic crest which is proof one is a mage, rejects any not blood related. As an adopted son, I could not receive the Emiya family's crest. Then again, since I honestly don't have any idea what the hell a magic crest even is, it doesn't matter much whether I have one or not. It's just a matter of gaining the ability. If I want to be a mage, I just have to learn magecraft that suits the trait that I do have. Magecraft is, taken to its extreme, a skill supposedly meant to release magical energy. You could say that magical energy is a life force. Magical energy is separated into two sources: mana, which comes from the world's atmosphere, and art, which is created within living creatures. Obviously, mana which comes from the world itself is superior to art. The sheer power of the world's mana is simply not even comparable to the art one human can create. No matter the form it takes, magecraft utilizing mana will always surpass anything created from an individual's art. So, a powerful mage is one who excels at drawing magical energy from the world. Tut mir leid, irgendwie. It's a lot like a filtration system. A mage will use their own body circuits to draw in mana from outside and convert it into something usable. Mages call the circuits they use to accomplish this magic circuits. This is the inborn talent part. The number of magic circuits one has is determined at the moment of birth. Typically, humans have hardly any magic circuits. They are normally quite rare. That's why mages will spend generations trying to ensure their descendants have a body more suitable for magic. Some families even go as far as to practice selective breeding in order to increase the number of magic circuits in their children. And since I was raised in a normal family, I never had a chance of having much in the way of magic circuits. That left me only one option. According to Kiritsugo, everyone is well suited to one specific form of magecraft. He also said something about drawing out magic energy based on the person's origin, but I never quite understood that part. What I do understand is that even someone like me can use at least one form of magecraft. If I can do that, then maybe I can be like Kiritsugo. And that's why I've only learned this one magecraft. That was 8 years ago. After a lot of thought, Kiritsugo took me on as his disciple, though he never seemed happy about it.
魔術を習うということは常識からかけ離れるということだ。死ぬ時は死に、殺す時は殺す。僕たちの本質は生ではなく死だからね。魔術とは自らを滅ぼす道に他ならない。
I guess I knew no fear as a child. Kiritsugo smiled bitterly, placing a hand on top of my head as I nodded enthusiastically.
そういった争いを呼ぶ類のものだ。だから人前で使ってはいけないし、難しいものだから鍛錬を怠ってもいけない。でもまあ、それは破ったって構わない。一番大事なことはね、魔術は自分のためじゃなくて他人のためだけに使うということだよ。そうすればシローは魔術使いではあるけど魔術師ではなくなるからね。
A user of magecraft than a mage itself. I guess Kiritsugu didn't want me to be a mage. But I didn't care about that. I admire Kiritsugu, not mages. As long as I can't be the sort of person who lives to help others, like Kiritsugu on that day of fire and nightmare. And I got distracted. I feel the uncomfortable sensation of the iron rod in my backbone moving where it shouldn't. Losing control of my breathing now would be fatal. The pseudo-magic circuits would overwhelm my body and shred it to pieces, and that would be the end of me. Shirou would simply be a novice, who died because he failed at an elementary step. I grit my teeth and try to recover my connection. After pain, like walking through a storm of needles, the iron rod finally sinks deep within my body and fuses with me. I've been working on this for a little over an hour, and after all that time I'm finally able to create a one pseudo circuit, a circuit capable of creating magic energy using my own self. Basic structure, analyze. All that's left is to allow the magical energy to flow naturally. Shirou is no mage. He is just a user of magecraft who can only create magic energy within his body and channel it into objects. And that's why I can only do one thing with this magecraft, which is composition analyze, enhancing objects. It's just strengthening magecraft where I apprehend an object structure and channel magic energy to temporarily reinforce its abilities. Basic structure alter. I hold a broken iron pipe. I pass magic energy through it to execute the most basic magecraft to enhance its durability. Passing magic energy into something other than yourself is like mixing poison. My blood is a far cry from the blood of an iron pipe. Wow, kann man so sagen. Forcing an entirely different sort of blood through an object may well destroy it rather than enhance it. To prevent that from happening, I need to properly understand an object's structure and pass magic energy into it between the small vacant spaces. Composition reinforce. This may be easy for a skilled mage, but since I have a hard time generating magic energy in the first place, even a task like this is as difficult as shooting an arrow and hitting a target several hundred meters from you. A typical archery target is 28 meters away, so it goes without saying how hard it would be to hit a target at 10 times that distance. And my body temperature suddenly plummets. The fiery pillar passing through my backbone disappears and my lungs sighs in desperate need of oxygen. My back arches in an effort to keep me from passing out. Oh damn, I failed again. The iron pipe is unchanged. The magical energy I passed into it appears to have dispersed. Damn, adding to something that already has a set form is hard. What I'm attempting to do is like adding an extra brushwork to a complete work of art. Adding something extra to a complete object raises the risk of compromising the object's integrity. The paintbrush, hoping to improve, may actually devalue the work instead. Which is why, despite its simplicity, strengthening magecraft is so difficult and not many mages willingly use it. And it's not that I choose this, but it's really all I can do. It would be much easier if I could make something from shapeless clay, but a substitute that just recreates its form is shallow, is all show and no substance, which explains all the junk around. Whenever I fail at strengthening magecraft, I try to make substitute objects to practice and calm down on, but they all end up empty. I can visualize the structure of an object easily, and I can recreate something very similar, but it's hollow, and obviously it doesn't function at all. I wipe the sweat off my brow. I realize I'm absolutely dripping with sweat. If this is as bad as it got, I should consider myself lucky, but what happened earlier was really bad. Had I taken even a second longer to recover, my internal organs would probably be mush about now. If only pushing myself to the brink of death helped me improve, there would be some hope here. But nothing comes to it that easily. At the same time, fear of death will stand in the way of improving my magecraft. Learning magecraft means courting death at every turn. Even rudimentary, everyday magecraft can spin wildly out of control from a single mistake, ending the caster's life. Kitsugo always looked sad whenever he brought that up. Maybe it was his way of saying that he didn't want me to getting into any of this. Saving one person means not saving someone else. Being a hero of justice means you need to be an extremely egocentric person. That was always his line. Kiritsugo always said that whenever I mentioned wanting to be like him. I still don't know what he meant by that. All I'm certain of is that I want to save people. To be a hero of justice, like Kiritsugo Emiya. But I can't even manage the basics. I'm such an idiot for letting myself get distracted at the most crucial moments. It's not enough for me to just grasp at the object structure really. A skilled mage would be able to focus only on the crucial areas and efficiently channel magic energy. My dream is to become a hero of justice. I remember what Fujini mentioned at dinner. I never really thought of that goal as embarrassing or impossible. That Shiro Emiya will succeed Kiritsugo Emiya has already been decided. That's why I've been doing everything I can despite how sorely I lack in experience. I don't know exactly what it means to be a hero of justice. But because I don't know, I've trained myself to be the best of my abilities, in hopes I will be useful to somebody. I haven't taken my eye off that goal these past 5 years, but whenever things go wrong like this, I start to have doubts. I just don't get it, old man. What say do I have to do to be a hero of justice? I look up at the sky through a window. It's not just about being good for someone out of the blue. Saving someone and being a hero of justice are two different things. I know that, but what do I have to do to differentiate them? I have yet to understand that crucial concept for the past 5 years. Ich würde sagen, an dem Punkt... passt sehr gut. Save the game, yes. An dem Punkt möchte ich nämlich die Folge jetzt beenden. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.